all about the healing. What up, doe? What up, doe? What up, doe? With my peeps, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Yes, yes, yes. What up, though, with my peeps? I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all your love, your support. Thank you for all everything you do for the channel. Everything. I'm not gonna name everything, but thank you. I appreciate you. Keep it up. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get it. All right, so what you see on the screen is what God gave me, the message God gave me to give you. All right, so here it is. The truth is, now listen, you were never meant to be ruled. That means that you were never meant to be controlled. You were never meant to be manipulated. You were never meant, hold on. Okay. You were never meant to be, like I said, manipulated. You were never meant to be misused and abused. These things happened for a season. These things happen for a reason. Everybody got a different reason. Everybody got a different purpose. Everybody got a different dilemma, a thing that happened. It may be a similar circumstances, but it's something different, patterns or different things that has transpired in our life, but we were never meant to be ruled by it. We were never to be controlled by it. We were never meant to stay in it. We were never meant to keep going over it in our head, because like I said, it was a reason and for a season. Things happen. We came down here to learn, to live, and to be able to take life experiences and learn and move forward. Learn the lesson and move forward. But we're human. See, we're human, and that's where human emotions and different things, we get stuck. We may get stuck in a period of time, but that's okay. God allows all of that to give us time to be able to work through that experience and really learn the lesson. You're not meant to be hooked up in anybody's system. You were not meant to be hooked up in somebody's games, and you wasn't meant to be hooked up by the system, right? By the systems. That means you were not meant to be in any kind of societies and all these places, all these organizations, all these things that will cause you to be limited, make you think limited, make you feel like you have to be that you have to live your life by a set of standards, their doctrine, but you didn't come here for that. You came here to be free. Learn the lesson. Learn how to adapt and align and to be able to move and to groove and grow and get through this thing called life. Not by anybody's systems, right? You were not meant to come down here and be afraid. That's definitely not the plan. You're never to be afraid. Afraid of what? Everything in this life, everything in this timeline, everything that we go through, God has a plan. God has a way. God has He has how can I explain it? A divisive plan that everything you go through, every situation, every scenario, because God is all seeing, all knowing. So everything that you go through, God already has a plan and a divisive path for you to get out, to get through, to outsmart, to maneuver, to grow, to jump, to leap over, get through, go under, whatever it takes for you to be able to not be in fear, but always have an opportunity to stand in faith. Because faith, what sees you through? Faith is what is God built within you, that you can always, instead of being fearful, you can stand on faith and belief that what God has told you, what God has shown you, what God has spoken to you, you can stand on that thing. And when you stand on that thing, instead of fear, when you stand on it, you're able to get through things that seems like impossible. Seems like, you have people, places, and things scratching their head trying to figure out how in the world did you get through? How in the world did you see that? How in the world? It was by your faith and what you stood on. And while you were standing and depending on God, God went and worked out that situation and cleared that pathway for you so you can be able to walk through and be able to see and be able to do what's required to get through this thing that you're going through. So that's the truth. Not even by your past. Not even by your past. What you've seen, what you went through, the struggles, the lessons, the hardships, the humiliation, the neglect, the abuse that you went through. Not even that is why you came down here. You came down here. You came down here to conquer. You came down here to defeat. You came down here to fight. You came down here to be a warrior. The warrior of light. Embodiment of light. Embodiment of wholeness. You didn't come down here just to suffer and go through and just learn a lesson. You came down here to defeat. Defeat, fight, get through it. To raise your sword up against anything and everything that think that it can and will come against you. That's what you came down here for. That's the truth. But your soul came encoded with inner sovereignty. And what is that? Your soul is encoded with God's language, with God, encoded with that pathway. But that, what I just spoke about, it's encoded in your soul. Your soul knows. God knows. The God within you knows everything. How to get out of everything. How to see everything. How to do everything. But we are our own stumbling block. Because sometimes you don't believe it. You don't want to walk. You don't want to. You're too tired. You've been going through so many things. You don't want to go through it. God is telling you, go, go, go. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep doing. You got this. But we're human. Sometimes we miss those things. But we get up and we get back on the track. And God is there to help us. But everything you didn't come down here for that. You didn't come down here for none of this stuff. Because whatever it is that you got to go through, everything that you've been through, everything, struggle, hardship, whatever, it's It was already in you. It was already a pathway. It was already a solution. It was already something within you that encoded that inner sovereignty is what they're calling it. But that inner sovereignty is God. God already had a way. God already worked it out before you even walked into that thing. God already seen a possibility of what can happen, what can transpire, and it was already within you, the solution. But you have to have faith. It says, the knowing that you are whole. Didn't I just say that? I'm not reading this. When I read it, and then so when I come back, I already, okay. So it says, the knowing that you are whole, already divine. You're already, yes, you already divine, because what did I say? You came down here to conquer. You came down here to fight. You came down here to stand your ground. You came down here to be who you are in God. And so with that, you are divine. You were always divine when you first came into this world. You was already divine. But you forgot. You didn't realize. So you had to go through the cycles and go through the changes and go through the motions so you can wake up and you can find out and remember who you are. So you can fight and you can draw your sword and you can conquer and you can overcome and you can do all the things that you need to do right now. It says no priest, no title, no algorithm can give it to you, and no one can take it away. So with that, it says no priest, that means no preacher, nobody can give you no title, because your title was already, when you came into this world, already aligned within your soul. Your title is divine. That's who you are. You are divine. You are set apart. You're not like everybody else. Get it through your head. You're not like everybody else, meaning that your life is not going to be like everybody else. It looked like on the outside, everybody else got it going on. Everybody else got happiness, got a relationship, got a marriage that's going good. Everything is going good with everybody else, and you always got to fight. You always got somebody that's always attacking you. You got somebody that's always on your tail. You got somebody that's always ready to put a knife in your back. But you not like everybody else. That's why you are attacked. That's why it feels like everybody else got it going on and you got to fight. No, you came down here to fight. You came down here to overcome. You came down here to stand this because you are set apart. You and all your spirit, your soul, your everything, your existence screams that. So you're different. Get over it. Yes, you're here to fight. You're here to stand. You're here to lift the sword. You're here to give knowledge and wisdom and clarity. You're here to be that baddie. You're here to look good, smell good, like you should. You're here to be everything that you are. Nobody has the right. Nobody has the permission. Nobody has. They really not supposed to be speaking on you. You're not supposed to be talked about. You're not supposed to be put in compromising positions. You're not supposed to be lied on. You're not supposed to be cheated on. But we are in the environment where that is all that certain people know. So if that's all they know, then all you know is that the sword is always ready. You always prepared. You always have your mind aligned. You always got your all-seeing eye open to receive and open to see. And so with that, that's the price that you got to pay. You didn't come down. You have to understand, understand, and overstand who you are. All of these things come along with that. You can't be who you are and have the weapons and the power and the authority to be able to fight with the big dogs, and you think that your life is supposed to be like everybody else. You're not like everybody else. So your life is not going to be like everybody else. You have to learn how to look at your life and shape it and mold it into what you want it to be. You are in control of what you want in your life, how you want your life to be, because you have the gift, talents, and abilities to be able to attract that in your life. Stop focusing on what this timeline says that success, and what this timeline says what's good, and what this timeline says that qualifies you as a good life, and what you should have, and what contentment look. No, you shape your own life and existence into what it is you like, what you want to be, how you want to be it, what you want to receive in this lifetime. Not what society say, what your heart, what your mind, what your body, what your soul says is acceptable for you, and what is righteous for you, and what would make you full of joy and happiness. And it may not even be what everybody else think it should be. It's all about you and what you want and what you want to possess in this lifetime. It's all in your hands, and nobody don't have the power or the resources or the permission to take you out of alignment of that unless you allow it. And I'm going to leave it right there. All right. So with that being said, if this is you, say, I honor this truth. I honor this truth. All right. So like, share, subscribe, hype it up. All right. So with that being said, go and also go over to What About and subscribe, like, share, hype it up over there as well. All right. So with that being said, Trinity is